You've been lied to about how people actually work, not with bad intentions. Just because most people don't even understand their own nature, so they pass down comforting myths instead of useful truths. Today we tear down 10 hidden rules of human nature. Rules that run every conversation, every betrayal, every silent respect you've ever seen. No theory, no fluff, just the social reality no one tells you. Rule 1. People do not remember what you say. They remember how you make them feel. You can deliver the most brilliant argument in history. If your tone annoys them, if your presence makes them feel small, your words mean nothing. On the flip side, a simple joke that lifts their mood will be remembered for years. So stop obsessing over being correct. Start obsessing over being pleasant to be around. Not fake, pleasant. There is a difference. Rule 2. Silence creates tension. Words release it. Watch any negotiation, any argument. The person who talks first after a long pause almost always loses ground. Why? Because humans fear uncertainty. When you stay silent, the other person's mind fills the gap with worst-case scenarios. They start imagining you're angry, you're disappointed, you know their secret. Then they rush to speak. And in that rush, they give away their real position. Use silence as a tool. Let others reveal themselves. Rule 3. People project their flaws onto you constantly. The coworker who calls you lazy is terrified of their own laziness. The friend who says you're selfish quietly knows they never help anyone. The boss who accuses you of not caring is the one who cut the team lunch budget. This is not poetic. It is a mechanical defense mechanism. Next time someone attacks your character, ask yourself, is this about me or about them? Almost always the answer is them. Rule 4. Every person has a price, and that price is rarely money. For some, it is status. For others, it is being listened to without judgment. For many, it is simply having their small sacrifices acknowledged. You want someone to cooperate with you? Find their cheapest price to buy their loyalty. That sounds cynical. It is not. It is engineering. Every relationship thrives when both sides know what the other truly needs. Naivety does not create trust. Clarity does. Rule 5. The more someone talks about their honesty, the more careful you should be. Truly honest people do not announce it. They just act, and their actions sometimes look uncomfortable. They say no directly. They return extra change without mentioning it. They admit a mistake without being caught. Meanwhile, the person who constantly says trust me or honestly or to be fair is usually preparing a trap. Words are cheap. Patterns are expensive. Watch their repeated behavior, not their slogans. Rule 6. People admire confidence longer than they admire competence. A confident fool can lead a team for months. A competent nervous wreck gets ignored in every meeting. This is not fair. It is biology. Humans evolved to follow certainty because in the wild, hesitation meant death. So here is your move. Separate your skills from your certainty. Keep improving your skills quietly. But in public, even when you are 60% sure, act like you are 90% sure. The remaining 40% you verify later. Offline, alone. That is how you win trust without lying. Rule 7. The people who need approval the most are the worst at keeping friendships. Why? Because they constantly adjust. They change opinions based on who last spoke. They laugh at jokes they do not understand. That behavior smells desperate, and desperation repels people faster than rudeness ever will. If you want genuine connections, be willing to disagree. Be willing to be disliked by someone in the room. That tension is the proof that you have a spine, and people trust a spine even when they argue with it. Rule 8. Never outshine the boss in small moments. You can be smarter. You can be faster. But let the boss feel smart in low-stakes situations. Let them correct a tiny error in your report. Let them suggest a color change on the slide. This costs you nothing, but it buys you a huge asset. A boss who feels secure around you. Insecure bosses destroy talented people out of fear. Secure bosses promote talented people out of confidence. Feed their ego in trivial things so you can keep your freedom in important things. Rule 9. Most arguments are not about the facts. They are about who has to admit being wrong. Two people disagree on a date. They both have phones. They can check the truth instantly, but they do not check, because being right is not the goal. Avoiding the shame of being wrong is the goal. So when someone fights you on something provable, stop presenting evidence. Step back and say, "Help me understand why this matters to you." That question disarms the ego war. Suddenly you are not enemies. You are two people trying to solve a puzzle. Shame vanishes. Truth appears. Rule 10. The hardest human nature rule is this. You teach people how to treat you. Every time you laugh at a rude joke you hated, you teach them rudeness is fine. Every time you do extra work without being paid, you teach them your time has no value. Every time you stay silent after being disrespected, you teach them disrespect has no cost. People are not mind readers. They just repeat behaviors that you tolerate. So tolerate less. Not with anger. With absence, walk away from bad patterns early, and watch how quickly the world adjusts to your standards. That is the 10 hidden rules of human nature. No one taught you this in school because schools prefer obedient workers over strategic thinkers. But now you know. Apply Rule 1 tomorrow morning. Make someone feel seen. Notice what changes. Apply Rule 3 by Friday. Catch yourself projecting your own fear onto someone else. Stop it. Apply Rule 10 by next week. Walk away from one small disrespect. See who chases after you. If this helped you see through social reality more clearly, hit subscribe. More hard truths where this came from. No fluff, no motivation speeches, just reality.